From blessing us with Canthony in Season 2 to leaving us high and dry for over a year with absolutely no content, Bridgerton has a lot to answer for. Because there's a limit to the fans' patience. What is it with Netflix and its obsession with testing the patience of the audiences?
It is a chance to make a name for myself, as your cousin has done. And once our profits come, both our families will benefit, which is just what makes it so enticing.
You think highly of my family?
Listen, if I sound mad, it's only because I love Bridgerton that much, all right? Anyway, remember in 2020 when the whole world was feeling down and bleak due to the pandemic? And then in December, Bridgerton came along and lit up our lives a bit. Like, come on, hot people in a predictable, easy, but fun story? It was everything. Then, of course, we were promised a Season 2. Everybody thought it would come out a year later, in December 2021. But nope, Bridgerton abandoned us all in the 2021 holiday season. Not cool.
And where, may I ask, is our intrepid Viscount?
He is back from courting already.
Colin, you returned. Even better. Family, I should like you all to ready yourselves for the races today.
Still, when Season 2 came out in March last year, the magical story of Anthony and Kate made the fans forget about the betrayal and the late release. But now, the fans are feeling the betrayal again as they watch compilations of previous seasons, pretending the wait for Season 3 won't be so long after all.
Perhaps you shall get to know them better soon.
Lady Delilah can barely string a sentence together for nerves, and Miss Goodrum thought that Napoleon fights for the Spanish. And as for every other eager chit you pushed in my direction, I would happily never lay eyes on them again.
Anthony.
I'm looking for perfection, Mother, and you should be too.
If that's specific, let it be. But the thing is that there's no good news when it comes to the release of Season 3. Once again, we'll be waiting well over a year to get a new season. While no date has been confirmed yet, but all the educated guessed, and the rumor mill agrees that we'll get the new season around the holiday season this year. And yeah, fans are finding that a tad bit annoying, because it isn't the first time a big show's done this.
The moment your father placed that ring on my finger, it was a promise not just of the sacred commitment that we were making to one another, but a sacred love.
Love shall have no place in my marriage.
You cannot mean that.
I seek an amiable partner.
The Witcher Season 2 was released in December 2021. There are still no signs of Season 3. Stranger Things came out summer of last year, and Season 4 will be released in 2024. The same goes for HBO. We might have to wait for House of the Dragon Season 2 until like 2024 at least. Then there is Rings of Power Season 2 on Amazon that won't be coming out before 2024 either. Like, whatever happened to annual seasons? It's like somewhere between heavy budgets and big ambitions, the creators are forgetting about the fans. At least a fun little show like Bridgerton shouldn't take so long to come out. The fans need their yearly Regency period love story content. And the thing with Bridgerton Season 3 is it's already filmed. Yep, the filming started last summer and has finished already. The reason it took longer than expected was, of course, the complicated costumes and sets, but even more so, the reshoots and changes to the script. Why then must we wait until the holiday season to get our dose of Bridgerton? Well, there are two things. First, as our very own Penelope Featherington, Nicola Coughlan said, she needs to sleep. And yeah, the fan impatience aside, the cast has been working non-stop for so long now. They need a rest. Season 3 coming out anytime before December this year would mean the cast going from filming straight to press tours and promotion. So yeah, they deserve some rest. Now for the second thing. We're getting a little something. It's only the third season that'll make us wait for so long, not the Bridgerton universe. Oh yeah, remember Queen Charlotte, A Bridgerton Story? Well, save your favorite snacks and your comfort PJs for May 4th. Yep, the spin-off is upon us. And well done to the Bridgerton creators, because giving the fans little treats like this is exactly how you handle a season drought. And you know what makes it all the more exciting? People are excited about this spin-off. Yep, it looks really pretty good, and from the little sneak peeks we've had so far, the spin-off isn't trying to deviate from what we know. It looks like yet another fun binge watch. Props to Shonda Rhimes, though. Not everybody can hit the mark with a spin-off. Looking at you, The Witcher franchise. But we've still got time before May 4th, right? So why not check out what we're in for? Okay, so 2 seasons in, we don't know much about Queen Charlotte. She's just a woman with an extravagant wig that everybody wants to be in the good graces of. When it comes to the plot, she hardly ever is the focus. But no more. With Queen Charlotte, a Bridgerton story, we'll get to explore the youth of the queen that we don't know much about. But that's not it. This limited series will also feature the backstories of the older ladies on the main show. We'll get all the tea on what Lady Danbury and Lady Bridgerton's days of youth were like, and more importantly, how the paths of the 3 women crossed in the first place. And while all of that is fun, what makes the show so much more special is that it isn't completely based on just fiction. Yep, the real Queen Charlotte was a main character herself. Of course, she deserved a show based just on her story alone. This woman lived an interesting life. For some reason, Queen Charlotte isn't one of those English monarchs who are household names. Perhaps only the queens who were a head shorter at their deaths get that kind of fame. But with Charlotte, it was her love story that made her special. She was brought as a young princess from Germany to England for an arranged marriage to King George, who was crowned shortly after their wedding. The first time she saw her husband was at their wedding. But what's interesting is this arranged marriage turned into pure love too soon. They were happy together and had 15 children. But then, tragedy struck. Season 2 of Bridgerton gave us a glimpse of a sick King George. Remember? Well, that happened in real life too. The king's mental health deteriorated. No one's sure what disease he had, but historians think it was a genetic disease that affected his nervous system and gave him severe depression and a confused state of mind. Soon, it got to a point that he was no longer the monarch, and Charlotte quit living with him. But she only stopped living with him. She never stopped loving him. She wrote letters to him telling him how much she missed him, how much his absence made her sad. So yeah, even though not many details of Queen Charlotte's love life are known, it's still a pretty darn amazing one. With the right amount of Bridgerton magic, I'm sure they'll make this story magical and fun to watch. But wait just a minute, her love story wasn't the only special thing about her. So we all know that Bridgerton deserves all the praise in the world for its diverse casting. But what if I told you that when it comes to Queen Charlotte, the casting of a woman of color isn't based on fiction? Yes, she's considered by many to be the first ever biracial Queen of England. How cool is that? Charlotte wasn't entirely German. She's said to have descended from the black branch of Portuguese royalty. Her ancestry goes back to Alfonso III and his Moorish mistress. So yeah, she's quite literally a biracial queen. All in all, you can be sure that an absolute bomb of a limited series is waiting for you, because once again, the casting choices are immaculate. In the first look clip, India Ria Amartefiou and Corey Milcreast not only look stunning, but also share a wonderful, natural chemistry. Shonda said that this will be a story of Charlotte finding power when she didn't have any, and you can already tell from that little clip that young Charlotte is an absolute force, and George is charming as hell, which, you know, nobody's complaining. May 4th can't come fast enough. Anyway, that's all the Bridgerton news and gossip from me today.